first disc of the final goes up, floats out of bounds. Pull from Nottingham in the green and Glasgow in the yellow. Two teams pretty safe journeys to the final here. Glasgow beating Portsmouth relatively straightforwardly. Made a bit of a meal of the last couple of points, but they had a big lead throughout the game. And Nottingham with a strong win over Birmingham on the way here. Disc low to the floor, Degoff picking it up for Glasgow. Straight back to Rory Curran. On a block, straight away the outstretched Tom Tongue getting that disc back. Short, up the line, pass. Spins back to Tongue. Tongue up the line. Poole. Hammer over the top into the wind. What a disc, but too far away. The wind just catching it, taking it to ground. Welbury trying to reach that one, but didn't quite get there. Rory Curran sends it deep, straight away. Going to be floating, there's going to be pressure underneath it, but takes it out of the sky, shows the world. Axel Alana with the grab in the end zone to take the opening point of this final, the men's division. University strong across this finals pitch. That's a disc only just making it to the brick mark. Nottingham in the green shirts advancing. Tom Tongue exchanging a nice disc there with Whittington, and then into the end zone. A great bid from Joel Miller, laying himself out, but it's too far away. And this wind's already having an impact on the game. Slotted pass, sign on. Making yards now, Glasgow, into this wind. Rath again. He's got no real options, but manages to find 14 shirts of Peter Casey, who sends it deep straight away up the line. It was a great disc from Casey, just drifted out, and it was well beyond the receiver anyway, so a turnover to Nottingham. These teams, clearly the class of the field here in Nottingham this weekend, the Nottingham University Sports Ground. And they'll be pleased that they've got the home side in the final at Nationals. The 11 shirt of Tom Tongue comes to collect the disc, walk it back to the line. So Tongue sends it back out, downfield, bid from Glasgow, and a great D from Glasgow, the 3 shirts of Ian Campbell, rising majestically. I think the receiver for Nottingham was Ben Poole. He didn't manage to get that one, and it goes up again for Glasgow, trying to score up win for the first time. Several players bidding on that real hospital disc. Lots of action and hands underneath the one, but it eventually goes to ground. It's a turnover. Having seen a fairly tidy couple of points, we now had a couple of turnovers in this one already. It's got 3 turnovers in this points already. Tom Tung for Nottingham, very experienced player. Breaks the fall straight away to Ben Poole. Ben Poole sends it down. Joel Miller underneath it. The pressure from James Rath counts. And Miller not going to call anything on that. Good pressure from Rath. Glasgow get the turn. Glasgow in yellow, Nottingham in green. Glasgow 1 point up. That's the 4th turnover at this point already. Sidearm into the wind, forward. Disc into the face of Joel Miller, but he'll take that one. That's a turnover. Pressure paying. Turnover number 5 in this second point of the game. Both teams would be wanting to put this one away. Tung deciding not to send the deep shot straight away. Pressure from Campbell as he comes running through again. Floaty disc across the wind, is going to catch that one and take it towards the back of the end zone beyond Ben Poole. Another turnover. Glasgow once again with the disc. The wind playing havoc with the judgment of these downfield passes. Glasgow, pressure from the 24 shirt for Nottingham, gets the turnover. Tom Tung sends it again, sidearm. This time he's got a little bit more stall on it. Joel Miller's reaching into the end zone. Perfect disc from Tung. Finally he gets the measure of the wind. Disc floats just long enough for Joel Miller to close that down. We're going to see that combination a number of times this game, no doubt. So they level it up, 1 apiece. Ben Poole with the big pull for Nottingham. Again, the wind really stalling that disc down to the ground. Only made it as far as the brick mark, and pressure arrives from Nottingham. Theo putting the big mark on there. And Peter Casey floats that disc out. It's going to float a little bit out of bounds. It's a turnover for Nottingham. We saw 5 or 6 turnovers in that second point of the game. Can we see a little bit more clinical play from Nottingham here as they look to score 2 on the bounce and take the lead in this game? Glasgow with the first blood. Players underneath it, big grab, second time round. Oh, and a double grab. Glasgow and Nottingham both with hands on that disc. There's going to be a conversation here. There's a player on the floor who took a little bit of action as well. With these long shots into the end zone, with the wind the way it is, there's going to be a lot of hang time. Allows the players to gather underneath the disc, and those bids are always messy, quite often contentious. So there's a conversation taking place about who received the disc between the number 1 shirt of Hugo de Garth for Glasgow. Can't see the number on the Nottingham player he's discussing with. If that's resolved, then the disc then went on and was caught both by the Nottingham receiver and the Glasgow defender at the same time, and they've yet to resolve what happened there. So this may go back, it may be a turnover, or it may be a point, who knows. the sort of situation where you long for the game advisors to just hurry on and give their perspective. It would force the players to make a decision, but it would generally aid proceedings a little bit quicker. Conversation has concluded something. The disc seems to be returning to the thrower. Always the likely outcome in that situation. A lot of players with different perspectives. Disc back in. Ben Poole manages to get the disc out. It's floating in the wind. It's going to be another similar situation. Pressure underneath this, and this time it's the 4-shirt. Huge grab for Nottingham. 4-shirt of Oliver Grubb brings that one down. Gets the upwind point that could be so crucial in this game. And Glasgow have 2 points taken away from them. Nottingham up 2-1. Another big disc pulled from Ben Poole, lands on the end zone line for Glasgow. They're quick to pick that up and get it moving. Rory Curran gets the disc back. Hammer over the top. There'll be some pressure, but it doesn't arrive in time. Axel Alama forward again to Hugo de Garth. Back to Alama. And Curran. Nice fake, just opening up the space on the pitch. Glasgow quite happy to play against this Nottingham zone. It's got space in it, and Glasgow exploiting it, but then they throw the disc straight into the hand, the outstretched fingers of the Nottingham Cup. Force the turnover. Rory Curran making that mistake, thinking there was a little bit more space there up the line than there was. And now Tom Tung for Nottingham asking the line to clear. Pressure comes. Is this a big disc? Floated again from Tom Tung. There was a bit of argy-bargy, the two players running down there. 23 shirts of Alama for Glasgow and Liam Reddy down there. Arms locked as they ran, but neither of them with a touch on the disc. Easy turnover. Exploiting the space on the far side of the pitch. Curran runs all the way to the disc and a block again. Curran claiming, did he get a shoulder in the face for his trouble as he threw that disc? So the foul on the throw. The disc is going to go back. A contested foul. I mean, I guess if you see Curran making a lot of the play for Glasgow at the moment. Starting with the disc, making that hammer across to Alama, and then come to fetch it himself. But blow to the face from Theo. There was a turnover as well, though, but that's going to count now. Glasgow with the disc in the yellow shirts. Trail Nottingham 2-1. Casey with the disc. He's not afraid to throw the hammer either. Manages to find his opposite number, Ferraby, on the far side of the pitch. Ferraby back to Curran. Curran's got Casey if he needs it, but he's not afraid to throw it. The wind has dropped just enough to make that a solid pass. Curran's no worries with the hammer. Casey, a little bit of a no look there from the 23 shirt for Alamo. He's a crafty player. So Alamo mix up with Ian Campbell. It's a turnover. Tom Tung's got the look in his eyes. He was about to send that back to Ben Poole instead. Poole still got Tung available. Tom Tung on this camera side of the pitch to Ben Poole, finding space to find Oliver Grubb, tall, rangy figure. Spreading the play back to Tom Tung. A little bit more patience from Nottingham this time. We've seen Jack in a couple of times, but not this time. Oliver Grubb again. Steady play. A few steps. Stops now. And he sends it. It's going to be floating in the end zone. Who's going to be underneath that? Brody Whittington read the disc perfectly despite the pressure and scores that one for Nottingham. They extend their lead 3-1 against Glasgow. Ben Poole, Great Britain under 23 player, putting on his Nottingham shirt this weekend. Peter Casey, and Nottingham with a bit different look on the defence this time. One chase and already paying dividends, getting a little bit of a touch off the top of the fingers, but Glasgow settle themselves. Curran with the big disc, and it's caught so smoothly and calmly by Axel Alama in the end zone. Glasgow scoring quickly. 3-2 the score. Rory Curran with the disc that floats and hangs and doesn't make it to the brick mark. This wind is starting to cause a few issues in the game so far. Both upwind, downwind. Some players really struggling with that downwind pass, struggling to keep it in the back of the end zone and float it long enough. Nottingham with the 24 shirt of Liam Reddy finds space on the far side of the pitch for Peter. Spins, manages to get enough space, but that's a poor disc and it's up in the air. It's going to be pressure, but Nottingham good to it. Ben Poole reaching high, improving his international quality. He sends a nice disc down to Reddy again. Reddy's got options ahead of him. He manages to find Dan Bean. Bean spins, finds Poole again. Pressure from Glasgow. Tight man mark all over this Nottingham side, managing to slow them and control them so far. Discs in again. Poole looking for that shot up the line. Big bid from Curran, really took away that swing shot. Forces them to go deep. Bean underneath it. Question about the feet is going to be settled. There's a lot of players around it. I'm sure some of them will have been watching the situation. There's a person with their hand up on the sideline offering a perspective. Seems like they've got a pretty good view. Are they going to go to the sideline? Discuss it between them first. A lot of players on the sideline wanting to offer their perspective now. It's entirely up to the players on the pitch to decide whether that's an option they want to take. Somebody at the back of the end zone is being referred to. Scott to Axel Alama. He's going to reach high. What a great take from Alama. Heavy D from Nottingham features Dan Bean landing on his back. Alama not particularly comfortable with that. Dan's a substantial chap. No doubt Axel will have had the stuffing knocked out of him a little there. But he's back up on his feet. It's a superb take. Again, we saw Curran applying that upfield, upwind disc. Defensive look is a man from Nottingham. Back to Curran again. Curran sends it side on, beautiful in the wind, but it's going to be read perfectly by Glasgow. They bring it down. The 77 shirt for Glasgow, catching that one, and they're levelling this game up. The score is Nottingham 3. Touch on the disc that caused the two Nottingham players behind him to fumble it, goes to ground, and it's a turnover. Spreads the play. Alama. Curran's continued his cut. He's the one that receives it now. Outstretched hand, beautifully worked from the Glasgow captain, and into the end zone. Oh, and a ground strip. A ground strip. Poor old Fraser Kelly, having done all the hard work, catches that, lands on the disc, ground strip, and it's no longer a point. So he's probably hurt himself a little bit on that, because discs aren't soft. Yeah, he seems to have caught his hip on the disc. Won't be comfortable at all. Tom Tongue now. Nottingham. Fast cutting, Ben Paul's going to be put under pressure. It was almost the Callahan bid from Glasgow. PJ Ferraby trying to get that Callahan after the mistake. Cross pitch disc to Ben Paul was blown off course, floated in the air. Rory Curran looking for an option into the end zone, but Nottingham taking them away as fast as they arrive. He's got a dump option, but they're being taken away as well. Bit of a mix in here, and down the front of the end zone, it's number 98. I'm sure who that is, don't have his name on the roster. For Glasgow, they take the lead, having steadied this ship, pushing Nottingham back. It's 4-3. Rory Curran again with the pull. Thompson catches, and this time Tom's no hesitation at all, sends it. Ben Paul cutting deep, going to be underneath it. He reads it perfectly. That combination is deadly. Tom Tongue floating the disc up. There was never any doubt about the plan or the receiver. And Nottingham, strong play downwind and a quick point. Good pull from Nottingham, out to the side, no distance chance on it at all. Wind pushing it back. Glasgow have got an easier job here because of it. The zone comes though to chase. Looks like a wall. It's not a chase, it's a great cut through from Glasgow. Disc across into the corner of the pitch. 77 shirt. Looks like Kevin back in the corner there for Glasgow. And Glasgow re-established their lead 5-4. This is a great game watching here in the final men's division at University Outdoor Nationals. Tom Tongue catching for Nottingham. Moves the disc swiftly through Liam Reddy, back now to Tongue again in the middle of the pitch, right on the brick mark. Cuts from Ben Poole. Two of them connecting up well. Liam Reddy available on the far side of the pitch, but the three main handlers here for Nottingham. Alarma just calling out, no line, no line. And a good rescue from Nottingham. That disc was drifting towards the ground, but Theo saw what had happened. The disc hung in the air long enough. He's got the disc back now, middle of the pitch. Peter Casey marking. Hands low. Bit of a travel maybe, but it's not been called. Tom Tongue. Clash. The long hair. Allen. 11 shirt for Nottingham. Real playmaker in this game. Key handler, strong, solid disc. Ben Poole now. He has the throws, but he has the speed as well. Sees a free Nottingham shot. Sees Theo free. Picks him off with an inch-perfect disc. Downwind, great skill from Nottingham. And they level it again. It's 5 each. This game couldn't be any closer. Peter Casey for Glasgow now in the yellow shirts. Finds space on the far side of the pitch, picks out Axel Alarma right on the edge of the pitch, but it's a great disc. Exposes the play, exposes the gaps in Nottingham's defence. Glasgow doing downwind, and it's quite a firm wind. Though it has eased since earlier in the game. Rory Curran, so instrumental, and a flick over the top, and just caught in the wind, it goes to the ground quicker than he wanted it to. Armour outstretched, just beyond him. Ben Poole now finds Reddy. Reddy back to Tom Tongue. Nice flick from Tongue, just really quick release there. Exchanges disc with Ben Poole, and it's with Ben Poole again now. Chris Welbury making a great crossfield cut, and a nice disc up the line. Nottingham looking confident in this wind. Whittington now. Whittington's got options back with Poole and finds Poole. Pretty static, but a great disc to Dan Bean across the pitch. Bean catches one hand to Tongue. This is great play from Nottingham. They've moved the discs well. Back to Poole. It's going to float, but not float long enough, and it's beyond the reach of George Gayton as the disc drifts out. Such strong, steady handling from Nottingham. And straight away, Rory Curran sees the opportunity deep. It's Ben Poole versus Axel Alarma. Poole outstretched, and Alarma's got it, puts it on his head, shows the crowd, scores the point. Rory Curran, end-to-end pass, saw his receiver available, and despite the pressure of Ben Poole, Glasgow take the lead again, 6-5. Providing the big disc, this time making a little bit more headway up pitch. Ready to be back to Poole. Poole sends sends it deep. Carter running on. Oh, beautiful disc. So Joel Miller chasing this one down the 83 shirt, catching it easily. Straight out of the timeout. It's 6-all again. Play back in. Peter Casey for Glasgow to Rory Curran. Hammer managing to, looking to find Lama, and this time this was down in his hand. It's a turnover. Nottingham starting to get wise to that Curran to Lama shot. Now he's not afraid to throw it. Tom Tung looking to get things started quickly. Ben Poole cutting, but not able to find him. Tung once again taps in to Reddy. Oliver Grubb. There's Ben Poole. Ben Poole sends it. Outstretched hand and a timeout called by Nottingham. The outstretched hands of Peter Casey couldn't stop that disc from landing safely with Brodie Whittington. Nottingham with position on the pitch, and a timeout's been called. It's adverts, isn't it? Yeah. When's the next timeout? I've got contraception to play. Both teams having a good old discussion about what the stall should come back in on. Put this time on straight away, but they're back in now. Ben Poole with the disc. Whittington darting around, but Casey sees the disc, lays out full stretch. It's a turnover for Glasgow, and a quick start. Rory Curran runs to it. The zone has been set up. Ineffective in stopping Curran throwing over the top, and it was there as well, but this time Axel Alama, not quite the safe pair of hands he has been previously. Drops it. Tom Tung for Nottingham comes to collect, second time round for them. Liam Reddy looking for options up pitch. There's a few available. He's now managed to find Oliver Grubb. Grubb back to Reddy. Tung's available if he needs it. Fakes to find him, goes up the line himself. Oh, and a trip from Ferraby. It doesn't even trouble him at all. Grubb back to Tung. Tung hammer over the top. Ben Poole on the end of it. What work from Nottingham. Amazing. Tom Tung's hammer right to the far corner. They have the lead once more. 7-6 is the score, and you got to, just before the end of that point, Liam Reddy getting tripped on the way to diving to grab the disc, keep it alive. Didn't call a foul, just kept the flow moving, and Nottingham score. Disc from Rory Curran, caught by Chris Welbury to Tom Tung. Back to Welbury. To Grubb. Pressure from Glasgow, forcing Nottingham to think hard about how they're going to advance the disc here. The chase. just about read by Grubb. Got his fingers to it, but it wasn't enough. Rory Curran slowed down nicely by Grubb there as Nottingham come to set their own zone up. Welbury calling in. Alama rises gracefully, catches the disc. Glasgow moving now. The yellow shirts. Rory Curran again. Peter Casey right in front of him is a player with an availability to score and does so. Glasgow level it up, 7 apiece. Rory Curran sends an arching, gliding disc deep into the Nottingham end zone. Through Tung's legs. Quickly picks up to Welbury. Finds Poole up the line. This disc from Welbury puts up the pitch himself, but Glasgow zone is set already. Poole's available on the far side of the pitch, and a nice disc finds him. Sorry, it's not Poole. It's Ready on the far side of the pitch. Now he's found Whittington. Now it's with Poole. Middle of the pitch, finds Tung. Tung's got availability deep, shoots, finds him. Misread, terrible misread there from Theo in the 116 shirt. Nowhere near the disc, it was always floating over his head. But now Glasgow advancing with purpose through Curran. Curran sends it, beautiful floating, but beautifully read by the defensive player in the 24 shirt, Liam Reddy. Just gets his fingers to that, knocks it out of the way, stops the score. This game really in the balance. Both teams have had little runs, but neither of them have established more than a 2-point lead. 7-7 is the score right now. Home support for the Nottingham side in green, making itself heard on the sideline. Ready, back to Tung again. Finding Poole now. Send on cross pitch to Welbury is available, but he's going to go back across. Nicing on the 4 main players for the this lineup are all involved in handling positions at the moment. Darting around, manages to find the 41 shirt of Chris Welbury again. Welbury to Ready, back to Welbury. Across the pitch, has got to be a bit of space pressure from Peter Casey, but he doesn't manage to get a touch to it. Brody Whittington there. Trying to find Poole. Poole not in a great position there. Whittington gets a good result to a crossfield against Tom Tung. Calm and collected on the own. This Nottingham side realised the importance of this upwind, upfield pass. Welbury now. And Glasgow switch their D. Ready to Poole. Tung available. Now the space on the far side of the pitch. Exploited beautifully. Disc from Tom Tung. Finding free player on that far side of the pitch. Back to Tung in the middle of the pitch again. Glasgow legs looking tired. To Poole. Steady stuff from Nottingham there. Relaxed and calm on the disc. The cuts are coming one at a time. Nice and ordered. Looking a little weary, but they're still cutting hard. Nice lefty backhand from Poole to Welbury. Welbury looking up the line. Bid from Curran, but it's there. Fantastic work from the Nottingham team. Into the corner. Up the wind, and it's Theo with the score. They take the lead 8-7. Absolutely key moments in the game. Nottingham steady all the way through that, never panicked, always clinical, making that point count. Let's see if Glasgow can get their heads up after that blow. into the ground, just shy of the Glasgow end zone. Rory Curran picks up, purposefully looking for that deep shot straight away, but the Nottingham zone is set, and a little touch, the outstretched arm, Whittington, and a call from Curran straight away. Brodie Whittington not convinced by that, but he's not contesting it, coming in on 0. Curran getting themselves out of jail there. Through the gap, beautifully done by Curran. Disc across the pitch to Alama. Curran again with the disc. Miller getting low, causing havoc here. Casey, back to Curran. Alama. Miller covering again, hands low. Back to Casey. Both teams. Oh, outstretched diving. Layout from Gayton. Gets the turn for Nottingham. That cut was strong, and for the first time Glasgow really failed to exploit the over-the-top shots that they've been doing so well so far. Nottingham with the disc. Back to Poole. No hurry this time. Not taking the deep shots as they were earlier. Whittington down the line to Miller. It's a score. And a call. A pick has been called. Signal by Peter Casey as Miller made that cut. The crowd in front of us are predominantly Nottingham University based. Yes, they were celebrating the point, but it's not happened. Whittington again, this time down the line to Bean. Bean not in the end zone yet. Looking back to Tongue. The disc from Bean is a little bit loose, a little bit high, but Tongue reads it. He has time to catch it. Steadies himself. Ben Poole, outstretched. Joel Miller came for it, but it's a turnover. Rory Curran getting the disc underneath Miller's arm. Both players smiling about that one. 4 handlers as Peter Casey makes that cut up the line. Curran been so keen to get the disc over the top. It seems to be a little bit more difficult here. Maybe Nottingham wised up on a poor choice. The hammer across the pitch, just too far ahead of the Glasgow player. Nottingham have been given opportunity to score this one. The hooter has gone, so we're expecting a cap of 1 after this point has been completed. The score is 8-7 to Nottingham University. Ben Poole cutting, Tom Tongue slipping. Call from Rory Curran there, not sure what the call is, difficult to say, but Tom and Rory having a bit of a discussion about it. Back in. Dives out of the way. Caught the fake, but so did Ben Poole. The disc was thrown into nowhere at all. Ben Poole completely bought Tom Tongue's fake. Didn't make the cut down the line. Turnover to Glasgow. How costly could that let off be? Nottingham seemingly camped on the Glasgow line for the last 2 or 3 minutes here. Again, they set up the zone. Again, Miller dancing, hands low. Again, Curran over the top, and this time it's picked off by Brodie Whittington, who signals to the crowd he's happy to get that block, and there was no question about it at all. Tom Tongue strolls forward. Whittington sets the stack. Alama marking. Rory Curran not keeping his eye on Tom Tongue. Whittington in acres of space catches it and scores. They are 2 points in the lead. Nottingham University 9, Glasgow University 7. And it's a game to 10. Ben Poole sending the disc down towards the yellow shirts of Glasgow in what could be the last points of the game. Nottingham within 1 of victory. Hands from Chris Welbury as Rory Curran again dominating the handling line for the yellow shirts. Glasgow sends a disc high, well over the top of any receiver. A clash between Ben Poole and Ferraby, but neither of them were anywhere near the disc. Curran with a magic wand with that disc on a very tight leash earlier in the game, seemingly unable to conjure the same control as he did at the start. A few throwaways. Nottingham advancing with Tongue and Poole up to Whittington, who's had a great last couple of points, and the disc is up from Whittington. It's going to be chased down and it's just beyond the outstretched Oliver Grubb. And the wind has died right away, making that upwind shot a lot easier than it was at the start of the game. Grubb was chasing it down. Whittington, Welbury, and Theo coming to mark Tom Tongue. There's the up deep. And Rory Curran for Glasgow picking up in the yellow shirts. And he sent it straight away, but this is going to have 3 players underneath, 4 players underneath. And a take from Glasgow, and the 2 players who fouled each other got in each other's way. Neither of them had a bid on the disc. Ferraby eventually read it perfectly, the disc from Curran. 2 of them went up, 2 of them clashed. Neither of them had any impact on the disc, which was collected beautifully by Ferraby. Can't see any outcome that makes sense other than Ferraby keeping the disc. But it's not me that makes the decisions. Is he saying that he would have had a bid on that disc and able to get the block and stop it from getting to Ferraby if he hadn't been fouled? Well, a few people on the sideline with a point of view they'd like to offer if asked. And this would be a great opportunity for game advisors to be able to offer perspective here and listen in on the discussion as well. Ferraby's still got the disc in his hand. He's not going to let go of that easily. I think the call has been resolved now between the 2 players. Ready, retracting whatever he called. Ferraby to Glasgow, floats it beautifully for Alama, who scores for Glasgow. They're reining this Nottingham team back in. 8-9 is the score, and the game to 10. Can Glasgow get 2 more points in a row? Big ask. Glasgow haven't been really offside very much this game, but they certainly were at that point. Tongue to Reddy. Glasgow, really hard man defence here. Space has been found. Nottingham are going to have to swing back across here. Tom Tongue's available if he needs it, but Ben Poole's been found now. pointing going on to the far side of the pitch. Tom Tung cutting down the line, little disc, floats up just shy of the end zone, 7 yards out. This is for the national championships. Swings round to Ben Poole, just takes the foot off the gas. Poole down into the end zone. It's Dan Bean for the score. It's Nottingham University for the University Nationals Championship title. They've beaten Glasgow, they've beaten them 10-8. The team in green are victorious. The team in yellow, Glasgow University, have represented themselves magnificently here. But slight over-reliance on a couple of their key players versus the strength and depth of Nottingham has told in the end. And in the sunshine on their home sports ground, Nottingham University are the victors.
Spread out, back up.
Just give me a second to get my breath. Well played, Nottingham. We smashed absolutely everybody this weekend. We had a good game at indoor nationals and you came to our home ground. We didn't manage to win that one. Congrats to you guys winning at home. There must be no better feeling. You thoroughly deserved it. You got 3 if not 4 upwind points. We got away with just throwing stuff at people, and that's the only reason we were even in the game. You took away most of our options, had loads of different defences, really nice offence, lots of players willing to stick it upwind. Really nice play. Well done. Great spirit, a few chats, everything resolved in the end. That's how we play the game, that's what Ultimate's done for us. So well done, really good job. Congrats on the win, and go from strength to strength from there. Well done.
Cheers, Glasgow. I don't really know what else to say. I think you summed that up perfectly. I don't think the game deserved to go down to that, to go down to a universe point. I was universe point, was it? Was it? Alright, it felt like it. Like both teams, both using the deep shots. Your zone really trapped us at times. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It was a great game. I'm really glad the weekend ended like that. Yeah, cheers for coming all the way down. Safe journey home, and we'll see you next year. Yeah, no, just bring it in.